Recently I made a purchase. I was in need of a foot pump just to keep in the car. So I stumbled across this one Streetwize single barrel foot pump. The reason I picked a single barrel is it takes less room up in the car. I might be able to stuff it in the spare wheel well, something like that. So I'm going to unbox it and I'm going to subject it to a couple of tests. But this was quite inexpensive, this one. I got this one from Euro Car Parts and quite impressed with it actually, visually, first impressions. Tends to get mixed reviews. I researched them, but I thought for £5.19 I can't really lose too much. Anyway, the more I looked into it, the more I were impressed. So we'll just release it from the... Release the clip. Comes with a few adapters. That red one's for blowing up a beach ball. That one, the needle one, for a football. I think, I could be wrong on this. I think the other one there is for a Presta valve, what you'd find on a bicycle tyre. So, one good thing I did notice about it, I'll just refer to the box, is here. We have a quality mark here, GS TUV. That's a laboratory in Germany which tests products quite comprehensively, and if it passes, then them products are then marketed to Germany and Austria and Switzerland. So I'm quite impressed with that, and it carries a bit of consumer weight in those countries. So we're going to do a few tests with this. I'm going to pump a tyre up. I'm going to check the accuracy of the gauge, because the gauge has been subject to a few negative reviews. Basically, I want to know for sure. I want to know how it feels. First impressions, quality-wise, reasonable. See, we've got a nice thick collar here. I have had foot pumps fail at this point before today. Rubber feet, they can easily be removed, so there could be a case for putting them on with some adhesive, because it can be inconvenient when you lose one of those rubber feet and everything's going a bit cockeyed and you're trying to pump a tyre up. You could be on an uneven surface. So, without further ado, I'm going to go to the car and do some testing. So we've got the valve here. And what I'm going to do is connect a different gauge I have, which, this is one which I tend to rely on. It's attached to a compressor in the garage, which is absolutely no use at the roadside. Reading 30 psi. So I'll now connect the foot pump. Just move the camera back a bit. Apparently the valve was difficult to connect. I've just not had any difficulties whatsoever. So I have a bit of a gauge anomaly there. That's perhaps reading a little on the low side. I would say in the region of 18 psi. So that's a bit of a disappointment. But I'm not personally too bothered. If there's something what's used for emergencies, I only want to put some air in it at the roadside, not really relying on this gauge. So we'll see how it fares with a bit of pumping. Well, that's certainly quite easy to do. I've done that for a few years. I've tended to rely on the electric ones. So we've got, according to that gauge, 22 psi. I lost a bit. We'll connect this gauge. You see where not much has changed. I've just inflated the tyre to a little above 30 psi, and one thing I've noticed is when you wobble the pump body, the needle flutters around, which I'm not sure should happen. You tend to want it reasonably accurately, don't you? The valve connection, I had absolutely no difficulty doing that, so I'm not prepared to accept that as fair criticism for this product in front of me. I'll get quite a few pumps, and overall I'm quite pleased with the action. I'll put my more trusty gauge on, see where we are with this tyre. Oh, we're leaking. Same place. Well, that's good. Interesting. Seem to be having a few gauge woes, but for something which fits in the car boot, I'm quite happy with this product, and for £5.19 I think it's excellent value for money. I'm really pleased with my purchase. If you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.